Let me take you back to my college days. I was never the outgoing type, always uncomfortable in social situations. But when I started college, I decided it was time for a change. I needed to push myself out of my comfort zone. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The local Catholic church hosted free dinners for students. I wasn't Catholic, but this seemed like the perfect opportunity to challenge my social anxiety. The first time I considered going, I felt incredibly uncomfortable and afraid. My mind was racing with thoughts of awkward conversations and being judged. But I knew the only way to conquer my fears was to face them head on. So I pushed myself to go to that dinner, even though every bone in my body wanted to stay home. And let me tell you, that first dinner was painfully awkward. I could barely eat or make conversation. But here's the key. I didn't let that stop me. I kept showing up, week after week. And slowly, it started getting easier. The more I put myself out there, the more my irrational fears subsided. Now, here's the secret sauce. Practice. Do it over and over again until you feel comfortable. You probably won't be able to get rid of fear completely. And you don't need to. But you do want to get to the point where it becomes manageable. I didn't try to fix all my anxieties at once. I just focused on building confidence in this one social situation by repeatedly facing discomfort. Over time, the fear became manageable. I started to enjoy the dinners and even make a few friends. This experience taught me that we can't let assumptions or fears hold us back. Progress comes from practicing regularly, even when it's uncomfortable. I stopped expecting instant results and learned to appreciate small wins. The experience may not have been a huge victory, but it definitely contributed to my boldness and growth. The only way to become good at something is to practice over and over again. Practice daily. Practice often. Practice even when you don't feel like it. Even when you have 10 excuses not to do it. But you do it anyway. Repeatedly facing your fear, even when uncomfortable, ultimately led to decreased anxiety and increased ease in social situations. Here's a crucial point I want to emphasize. You have to participate in your own rescue. The only way to overcome your fear is to face it. No one else can rescue you from your fears. You must be the one to take action. I didn't let the fear paralyze me. I acknowledged it, but I chose to face it anyway. This is crucial for overcome any obstacle, not just social anxieties. By repeatedly putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, you desensitize yourself to the fear and learn to manage it. If you find it difficult to stop worrying about what others think of you, then you need to intentionally put yourself in awkward situations over and over again. Go to small gatherings where you don't know anybody. Go to random meetups. Try activities that are unfamiliar to you. The key I want to emphasize is practice. You can conquer almost anything by simply practicing over and over again. Now, here's something important to remember. My story may inspire, but real growth comes from personal experience. Everyone has to find their own path. What worked for me may not work for someone else. True change requires actively participating in your own journey, regardless of what others have done. Life will be your greatest teacher. My experiences or anyone else's experiences won't help you directly. They may benefit you in some way, but they won't help you avoid all the necessary rejections and failures that you need to learn on your own. What works for others may not necessarily work for you. Don't rely on anyone else but yourself. It's okay to ask for help, but realize that you still need to take full responsibility for your own development. My journey proves that with dedication, we can overcome our fears. I encourage you to identify areas where you feel discomfort and intentionally seek out opportunities to face those challenges. Though it may seem difficult, have faith that your resilience will grow with each small step. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate tiny victories. And don't become discouraged. You will face setbacks. You will experience difficulties. But remember, you have the capability to overcome them. With daily practice, you too can move past limiting assumptions and gain the confidence needed to create the life you want. Have the courage to participate in your own rescue. The path to growth is often uncomfortable, but you have an amazing capacity to adapt and thrive. Remember, the future belongs to the bold. Those who are willing to face their fears, to practice persistently, and to participate in their own growth. You have the power within you to overcome your anxieties and create the life you want. It won't be easy, but trust me, it will be worth it. Hey, if this episode lit a fire under you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a great review, and join me next time as we continue our journey towards greatness. Until then, stay limitless and never stop believing in yourself.